Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, 2 people accused of trying to kill a Belfast man pleaded not guilty in Waldo County Superior Court today.
Justin Wilmot and Isabella Newey were arrested last month after an alleged stabbing and robbery in Belfast. The alleged attack took place on June 11th at an encampment behind the Belfast Rennies. Newey entered her not guilty plea via Zoom. Wilmot did not appear in court, but his attorney submitted a not guilty plea on his behalf. Both Wilmot and Newey were indicted on July 19th and face multiple charges, including attempted murder, armed robbery, elevated aggravated assault, and aggravated assault. They're also charged with falsifying physical evidence and theft. Bail for each defendant was set at $80,000 cash last month during their first court appearance. Newey is being held at the Two Bridges Regional Jail and Wilmot at Knox County.
Well, 2 Maine Department of Transportation employees were seriously injured at a job site in Cushing this morning. The incident happened around 8 a.m. The workers were part of a crew that was retrieving sheet piles near the intersection of River Road and Pleasant Point Road. A statement from Maine DOT says the workers were pinned between an excavator and a flatbed trailer. Both workers were transported to Penn Bay Medical Center in Rockport. They are in stable condition. The incident has been reported to the Maine Department of Labor, which has jurisdiction over incidents at state job sites. The DOT is also working with the Knox County Sheriff's Office.
One man died while whitewater rafting on the Penobscot River near the area known as the Big Eddy. According to Mark Lottie with the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, 38-year-old Scott Newton of Madison and 2 others were thrown from their raft when it flipped yesterday afternoon. All 3 were wearing life jackets and helmets. After 2 of the rafters made it to shore, they saw Newton floating by unresponsive. Lottie says his body was retrieved a few minutes later and taken to a funeral home where the state medical examiner will perform an autopsy.
We also have an update on a separate drowning incident in Lincoln on Sunday. The Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife has identified the man involved as 61-year-old Brian Minot of New Gloucester. The department says he was swimming near the middle of Little Narrows Pond with 4 other people around 2:30 Sunday afternoon. They say he swam towards the stern of the anchored pontoon boat, went underwater, and did not resurface. Minot was later located in about 30 feet of water, approximately 1,000 feet from the shore. He was brought to a funeral home in Lincoln.
One person was seriously injured in a crash in Plymouth this afternoon. According to Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, troopers responded to a 2-vehicle crash near mile marker 161 southbound on I-95 around 2:45. They say their investigation indicates 23-year-old Nicholas Johnson of Winterport was traveling southbound in a 2009 Nissan Rogue when he attempted to use a crossover and traveled into the path of a tractor trailer traveling the same direction. Moss says the tractor trailer struck the car on its side, causing it to go off the road and trapping Johnson inside. Johnson was extricated from the vehicle. He was taken to a local hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the tractor trailer was not injured. Now, state police are issuing a reminder to drivers that using crossovers is not permitted for any reason, saying it's illegal and highly dangerous to everyone driving on the interstate.
In other news tonight, volunteers and state agencies continued the search for 18-year-old Tyler Mishu today. Mishu was reported missing by a family member Friday evening after he did not return from tending to his lobster traps. Several volunteer pilots offered their services alongside Maine Marine Patrol. Today's search involved Marine Patrol vessels and the Marine Patrol plane, along with aircraft from the Army National Guard and private pilots providing aerial support. The search will continue tomorrow with patrol vessels as well as the Marine Patrol plane, along with continued aerial support again by the National Guard. The focus will be on the area near Petite Manan Point. Sergeant Sean Dow says Maine Marine Patrol plans to continue search efforts until Mishu is found.
Meanwhile, Maine voters rallied at the State House today ahead of a Senate vote to override the governor's veto on a bill that aims to make Maine elections safer. Our Matthew Juronsik has details.
Today, we are here to ask the legislature a simple question. Will you choose to stand with us, the Maine voters who are trying to protect our elections, or will you choose to stand with the very foreign governments that are disrupting our democracy?
If signed into law, it would prohibit a government foreign entity from making any form of contribution to influence the nomination of a candidate or approval of a referendum. It would also help promote an anti-corruption amendment to be added to the United States Constitution. This initiative has received bipartisan support from both Republicans and Democrats within Maine legislature.
Mainers are more than capable of making their own decisions. We don't need governments of other countries telling us how to vote.
We've been willingly holding the door open for them to manipulate our elections and to change the culture and character of our great state of Maine.
However, the vote came up short of overriding the governor's decision.
73 haven't voted in the affirmative, 50 in the negative, 73 being less than two-thirds of the membership present. The veto is sustained.
I'm disappointed but not surprised. This is a measure which is very commonsensical to Maine people.
Despite not seeing the results he wanted, Representative Bennett says he's happy with the amount of attention this has received.
I thought we did quite well getting a 73-50 vote. It reaffirmed that the vast majority of the legislature, both in the House and Senate, are with the people of Maine on this.
Though the veto override was not successful, it does not mean the fight is over. Because it's a citizen ballot initiative and has received 80,000 signatures, this question will be back on the Maine ballot in November's election. In Augusta, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine voters will decide whether to restore long-removed language about the state's obligations to Native American tribes to printed versions of its constitution. Today, the Maine legislature gave its final approval to a proposal to restore the language that requires Maine to honor treaties it inherited from Massachusetts when it became its own state more than 2 centuries ago. The language has always applied, but was removed from printed versions of the Constitution in the 19th century. Maine voters must also approve the change to the Constitution.
More than $520,000 is going to Maine to help expand rural access to health care. That money is part of President Biden's Investing in America agenda. 2 Maine health care facilities will receive the grants. Fish River Rural Health serves the northernmost towns in Aroostook County. That facility will be getting almost $70,000 to buy equipment for family medicine, dental, and optometry services, along with technology and food distribution. Belfast's Penobscot Community Health Center will see more than $450,000. That money will be used to renovate the first 2 floors of the recently acquired facility, which serves around 8,000 patients a year.
Well, there are fewer people living at the temporary shelter inside the Portland Expo. The numbers have dropped to about 240 people from its 300-person capacity. But leaders continue working on solutions to help house the families that are still there, as well as addressing larger immigration issues. Mal Meyer has more.
We don't have help. Nobody help us.
This man from Angola says he's been living here for 4 months. He has tried to get general assistance.
They give us some people to look house, but we don't find the house. Reason why we sleep outside.
Work appears to be underway at the future home of a 180-bed emergency shelter on Riverside Industrial Parkway. It's not expected to be open until November. Other immediate options for asylum seekers and others aren't clear. Is there any chance for the city to increase capacity at its Riverton shelter that just opened earlier this year?
No, there's not additional capacity there.
City officials have looked for temporary options that could be available. It's not just about having space, but the staff and money to run it.
So we are doing the best we can with what we have, and we've stretched beyond our capacity several times, and that's why we're continuing to try to come up with other creative solutions.
That includes Project Home, a program to place asylum seekers in spaces for a year with guaranteed rent. The Quality Housing Coalition says they're working on making potential matches. A few dozen spaces have made it through an initial screening.
We've seen some good interest from that.
Meanwhile, leaders continued to advocate for systemic change. In March, Senator Susan Collins asked the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to verify all destination addresses before allowing people into the country.
The response that we received was not an adequate one. We did not get the department to agree to call ahead to make sure that there was room.
She says the Biden administration needs to work with them not only on asylum legislation, but beef up border security. This week, lawmakers are taking up a Homeland Security funding bill.
We have added funding to the administration's budget, which was woefully inadequate.
And that was Mal Meyer reporting. Meanwhile, the Maine Senate has approved a bill that would launch an offshore wind program and produce enough power for about 900,000 homes from floating wind turbines in the Gulf of Maine. The legislation was approved by the state Senate on Tuesday and calls for requests for proposals to be issued for 3,000 megawatts of electricity from offshore wind turbines by 2040. That's enough electricity to carry about half of Maine's electricity load. The bill was revised and combined with another bill after a veto by Governor Mills to ensure non-union companies could get into the business of producing those turbines. The House will vote on that next.
Well, last Wednesday, Governor Mills vetoed a bill that would place limits on mandatory overtime and set a minimum wage and overtime rate for agricultural employees. This afternoon, the Maine House of Representatives was unsuccessful in overriding the governor's veto. They were deadlocked at 61 votes apiece. The bill also would have phased in overtime pay for individuals employed in the agriculture industry and related industries. Bangor native Representative Amy Roeder says she wished the bill had received the two-thirds support needed.
State by state, we have to undo the damaging work of the 1930s. I was hoping Maine would step into the 21st century and do that.
After the legislature sustained her veto of LD 398, Governor Janet Mills today signed an executive order to pursue a minimum wage for farm workers, including establishing a formal stakeholder group to develop legislation that will implement that minimum wage.
The University of Maine is planning to build a brand new aquaculture center on campus, replacing the old building that was recently torn down. With the new center, they hope to expand learning opportunities and help meet the industry's growing needs. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with the director of the Aquaculture Research Institute to learn more.
The new building that's going on campus is going to be called the Sustainable Aquaculture Workforce Innovation Center.
The University of Maine's Aquaculture Research Division is designing a $10 million facility that would create unique research opportunities for students.
And the industry has said we'd really like students to learn on systems that resemble what we have in place, and that's what we hope we'll be putting in place for the new Sawick building.
And with the new expansions, they will have more opportunities for hands-on training.
The goal is, of course, to enhance our education, our practical training, but also to help our researchers on campus.
Since the demolition of the school's previous aquaculture building last year, students have been conducting research off campus, and they are looking forward to getting back on university grounds.
You know, we really like to have students have easy access to the facility. I think the importance of this building is practical training, pushing innovation, and pioneering a sustainable aquaculture industry in the future.
According to Bouchard, they have secured $3.5 million for the project and are waiting on federal funding to cover the rest. They hope to break ground on the project in 2024. In Orono, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
So more great research and innovation coming out of UMaine.
Yeah, just so much exciting news. Just this past year alone from UMaine, just so much to highlight.
Indeed. All right, well, something else we can't help but highlight is the weather outside.
Yeah, it's been very, very warm out there. Sounds like that trend is going to continue.
It certainly does. Let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Webb's RV. Come check out the spring and summer specials we have on RVs and campers. Don't forget, we have the sharpest pencil in town. And we have one of the hottest temperatures in town as well. Look at this, 85 degrees earlier today, one of the hottest we've experienced all over Maine. Of course, the coast had a little bit of a breeze off the ocean. We're looking at mid to upper 70s there, but still, it's going to get hotter, folks, the next couple of days. At least the air quality is pretty good. We are in the clear, we're in the green all over the state. There's a couple spots down south that we're looking at more of a moderate end, but still nothing near air quality advisory criteria. We did see some sunshine earlier, but now we have some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area that will continue the next few days. Tonight, though, we're looking at mainly clear skies, a bunch of passing clouds, a couple of sprinkles here and there. Temperatures well above average in those mid-60s. Beth?
Wow. So, I mean, if you were planning on a camping trip on this Tuesday evening, some wonderful weather for that.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, definitely. It's the time for water sports.
Yeah,
air
I think
conditioning,
so.
cold beverages.
All the above.
All the things. All right. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Our AJ Douglas introduces us to the Bangor Public Library's new Community Resource Navigator.
And in response to Maine's lack of veterinarians, one local vet is taking her clinic on the road. We'll have that story and much more when we come right back.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
We're reinventing our network
with smarter, more efficient routes, so you can deliver more value to your customers.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
Are you looking at buying a house and would like financing options through the Maine State Housing Authority? Stearns Farm Subdivision on Main Road North in Hamden has 32 houses for sale, which have 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a 1-car garage for a combined total of 1,400 square feet. In order to qualify for financing, you will need to meet the criteria of the Maine Housing Authority and have a household income of less than $97,900. Please reach out to David Smallwood for more information. 949-3506.
It's on for SummerSlam. Jey Uso challenges Roman Reigns while the fate of the bloodline hangs in the balance. An all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll have updates from Augusta since the legislature reconvened on Tuesday. Plus, there was a rally that intended to spread the message of protecting Maine's elections. And we'll check out the fun at the Old Town Orno Summer Band Camp. These stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. A credit union that's been in the state for over a century has decided to make coins a thing of their past. Devin Dagnall has the story.
Since 1921, Infinity Credit Union has served tens of thousands of members all over the state. Recently, the organization made an announcement that will surely shape its future. Starting on September 1st, the credit union will no longer operate with coins, meaning they will no longer accept nor distribute change.
It's really going to be a move that I would imagine will benefit Infinity. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made that decision. But credit unions operate under what is best for their members and their memberships.
According to Maine Credit League spokesperson Jen Burke, the change of change is in alignment with the union's recent merger with Dear Employees Credit Union, who also operate without coins. The new name of the coinless creditors will be M People Credit Union.
We were a bit surprised when we heard the news, but we certainly understand that it's within their credit union's right to make a business decision.
Burke states although Infinity is the first union in the state to break from coins, it doesn't seem like other unions will be following anytime soon.
We have not heard from any of our other members. We've got 49 credit unions here in Maine. They are the only ones at this time that are making a decision, and we have no reason to believe anyone else is making that choice.
In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, despite a national social worker shortage, more non-traditional spaces are adding mental health and social work access. A.J. Douglas spoke to the Bangor Public Library's new Community Resource Navigator to understand how they plan to serve community members in need.
Libraries have been a source of information and a place that people go to help them solve their problems.
The Bangor Public Library has been searching for a social worker candidate since this spring after being awarded $341,000 in American Rescue Plan Act funds. The funds come from both Penobscot County and the city of Bangor. The Director of Development and Public Relations says adding a social worker to the ranks makes someone available to tackle more complex problems.
Problems are getting a little more complicated for folks, so we looked to see what others were doing, and we found that there's a trend in hiring social workers to help fill those gaps.
Rigler says the role will allow the social worker to act as a liaison, connecting patrons to over 25 organizations in the Bangor area. Olivia Scott recently accepted the role as Community Resource Navigator last month. Scott says this is an innovative way to integrate a social worker into the community.
Is connecting with the different social service agencies in Bangor, connecting with our different community partners, and really getting to know their programs so that when I have people coming in, I can connect them with the person that's best suited to meet their needs.
In Bangor, I'm A.J. Douglas for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, one summer program is striking a chord in Old Town. Our David Ledford explains.
Here we go. Ready? Each summer, the RSU 34 Band Camp brings together aspiring musicians from Old Town and Orono for a week of music, activities, and learning. Players say preparing for the event is a whirlwind, with 3 days to practice before a concert on the fourth and final day of camp.
The band is super impressive.
It's been really fun. This is the camp's 27th year bringing kids together in harmony. Music teacher Cheyenne Priest says the event has become a tradition for many in the community.
It's a way to get kids together, make music, be with friends. It does my heart good to see what a community event it is and what a rite of passage it is in our community. We have kids of kids playing in the band now.
The camp provides lessons to children of all ages and abilities, and while it only runs for 1 week out of the summer, some say the program has resonated with them for long after their last performance.
I have some really vivid and great memories from when I was a kid being here. I'm one of the directors here at the Old Town Band Camp, but I've been coming here since I was a little kid, so it's kind of like a full circle kind of experience for me to be able to give back to this community that I was really engrossed in as a kid.
Students shared what keeps them coming back year after year.
I have two little cousins that are here this year, and then my grandfather's a mentor, and I don't know, I just enjoy it.
I didn't really have a lot to do at school, and it seemed like band would help me find something more to fill like the empty time in the day. And I got a lot out of it.
When I first started, I could not believe that we only had 3 days. But when I started doing it, it was so easy.
The band will hold its concert on Thursday at noon in the Old Town High School gym. In Old Town, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, Maine has a shortage of veterinarians, and no one understands that more than pet owners looking for services for their four-legged companions. One local vet has decided to take her clinic on the road to help pet owners in need. Our Jody Hersey introduces us to Go Vet Go.
And some people just either can't drive or don't want to drive or don't want to put their pet through that drive. So we get booked up pretty quickly.
Go Vet Go is a full-service veterinarian clinic on wheels. Owner and veterinarian Brandy Smith moved from Vermont to Maine and opened this mobile vet service in January of 2023.
We can do
wellness exams, but we can also do medical exams. We can do diagnostic testing, blood work, x-rays, surgery. We do a lot of dentals, so we can provide a full gamut of services.
The first Wednesday of every month, Go Vet Go parks next to the Machias Police Department's building and helps the residents in this area with all their veterinary needs.
And that's because we get so many calls from up here all the way down in Mount Desert that we knew there was a big need up this way.
Other days of the week, Go Vet Go makes house calls within a 1-hour radius. Luann Cox drove from Jonesboro to have 2 of her 5 Dachshunds seen by Smith.
She's very knowledgeable with foods and everything with your dogs. There's so much information she has to give you, and she's not rushing you. She really takes her time and makes sure the dogs get what they need.
Whether they are parked or making house calls, the staff at Go Vet Go say they are always on the move in order to provide much-needed veterinary services to the animals in Hancock and Washington counties.
I honestly love being there for people and being able to provide, the services that are needed.
In Machias, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
As a dog mom, it's so scary to think about your animal needing services and having them not be available simply because of your geography.
Right.
So that is such a great service that they're providing, so sorely needed. There's just huge veterinary deserts in the state of Maine.
It's a great business model, and you hope that maybe more like that will take off and help more rural areas that do need those services.
Yeah, here's hoping. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, UPS and the Teamsters Union have reached a deal. We'll have the details.
And President Biden honors civil rights icon Emmett Till with the creation of a new national monument. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals, and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Elantra.
Lease an Elantra for $229 a month or get 2.49% APR for 48 months or $500 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again. And those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
The Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub is world-renowned for beautiful dining with a delicious view, featuring award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. It's a true destination dining experience. Relax and unwind in an intimate space with your loved ones, family, and friends. We are pet-friendly, so your furry friends are always welcome to join you at your table on the deck, whether it's a special occasion or any occasion. The Lucerne Inn is the perfect choice for your business or family gathering.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
A win-win-win agreement. It's how UPS is describing the deal with the Teamsters Union, which represents hundreds of thousands of UPS workers. Union leaders and UPS reached a tentative labor agreement today, avoiding a strike many said could have crippled America's logistics nationwide. Fox Business correspondent Edward Lawrence has that story.
I'm proud to say we reached a historic deal with UPS.
The largest single employer strike in U.S. history has been averted. UPS reaching a tentative 5-year contract agreement with the Teamsters Union, representing some 340,000 UPS workers.
It's a $30 billion deal that will go in the pockets of all our members, both full-time and part-time.
The Teamsters calling it an overwhelmingly lucrative contract that raises wages, creates more full-time jobs, and includes workplace protections and improvements like air conditioning and delivery trucks. Among some of the other benefits, no more forced overtime for union drivers on their days off, and for the first time, a full holiday on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
I think it's a win-win for both of us, but more importantly, for our part-timers.
The deal also includes a provision to increase starting pay for part-time workers from $16.20 an hour to $21 per hour. It's a major win for the union that says part-time Teamsters make up more than half of UPS employees. In a statement, UPS's chief executive also praised the tentative agreement, saying it, quote, continues to reward UPS's full and part-time employees with industry-leading pay and benefits while retaining the flexibility we need to stay competitive, serve our customers, and keep our business strong.
It's a tremendous victory for labor.
Next month, union members will vote to ratify the agreement. At the White House, Edward Lawrence, Fox Business.
President Biden honors civil rights icon Emmett Till, a black teenager who was abducted, tortured, and killed back in 1955. The heinous crime was pivotal in propelling the U.S. civil rights movement. Fox's Caroline Shively reports.
It has been 68 years since black teen Emmett Till's corpse was found here in Mississippi's Tallahatchie River. 68 years since Mamie Till Mobley demanded an open casket at the funeral in this Chicago church to show the world how her son had suffered as he was tortured. And 68 years since an all-white jury acquitted Till's white killers at this courthouse in Sumner, Mississippi.
Hate never goes away. It just hides. It hides under the rocks. And given a little bit of oxygen by bad people, it comes roaring out again.
President Biden signed a proclamation on Tuesday making all 3 of those historic sites a federally protected national monument, dedicated to remembering the death of a son and the life of a mother who helped galvanize the nation's civil rights movement. In 1955, Till was accused of whistling at a white woman who owned a grocery store. Till's cousin was there when the woman's husband later abducted Emmett. He spoke about it at Tuesday's ceremony. When I was overwhelmed with terror and fear of certain death in the darkness of 1,000 midnights, in a pitch-black house, I could never imagine a moment like this, standing in the light of wisdom, grace, and deliverance. The signing comes as the nation debates how to teach black history and the legacy of slavery in schools.
Let us not be seduced into believing that somehow we will be better if we forget.
Tuesday is the anniversary of Emmett Till's birth. Had he lived, he would be 82 years old. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll have a preview of the Union Fair and Wild Blueberry Festival.
And some big news out of Boston today. One star sticks around for the near future. Another one is hanging it up. We'll be right back.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out. Swing and a drive! Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Lease a new 2023 EV6 Win for $429 a month.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Jim Small Engine, Snow's Corner Road, Arlington, brings years of experience and a large parts inventory to make your engine as good as new. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, rototillers, wood splitters, generators, blowers, trimmers, and power washers will leave Jim Small Engines fully repaired, shiny clean, and ready to go. Jim Small Engines is an authorized dealer for these top brands and sells a wide array of used engines as well as new and used parts and accessories. Call Jim Small Engines at 825-3527. Check their website and like them on Facebook.
Live from the Maine Lobster Festival in Rockland, it's the Lobster Crate Races. Watch all the excitement, the thrills, splashes and spills in the chilly waters as crowds cheer on racers of all ages. Lobster Crate Races, live from the Maine Lobster Festival in Rockland, Sunday, August 6th, starting at 1:30 p.m. And you can only watch it on Fox 22.
Lease a new 2023 EV6 Win for $429 a month.
Welcome back. The oppressive heat gripping the globe this month is being linked to climate change. A new study says the unusually strong heat waves could not have happened without the continuing buildup of warming gases in the atmosphere. Several climate scientists using tree rings and other stand-ins for temperature records say this month's heat is likely the hottest the Earth has been in about 120,000 years.
So, the takeaway message I would say is that most of the results that come out of these studies, I mean, especially when it comes to heat events, is not surprising. And the reason why it is all consistent with each other is that it shows that, you know, how much evidence there is on the link between climate change and heat events.
The same research also found the increase in heat-trapping gases, mostly from the burning of coal, oil, and natural gas in China, could potentially lead to heat waves in that country every 5 years.
Well, back here at home, the Orono Municipal Pool, also known as Nickerson Pool, will close earlier than usual this year. The pool is set to undergo construction on pipes that have been leaking almost 3,000 gallons per day. Orono Public Works Director Rob Yerksa and Rhode Island-based Fillion Associates will be replacing the nearly 40-year-old pipes and gutters, a project they say is 2 years in the making. Construction will begin around August 3rd and take approximately 6 weeks to complete. The pool will close shortly before construction starts. According to Orono Parks and Rec Director Megan Mazzella, closing the pool during the hottest time of the year isn't ideal for some, but it gives them ample time for the unique project to be done correctly.
Knowing that this project will last a long time, that's the plan. That's why we have specific contractors coming in to do this work so it's done correctly. This is not a project that would happen a lot. This is a really unique, once in a while type of project.
In the meantime, however, those who currently have Orono Municipal Pool passes will be able to use the New Balance Recreation Center pool at the University of Maine until August 20th.
Well, it's that time of year again. Agricultural fairs are opening for business. The Union Fair and Wild Blueberry Festival starts tomorrow and runs until Sunday. Now, this is the 152nd year for the fair, which features live animals, a racetrack, rides, games, and more.
For $20 general admission, you get to see all the entertainment. You get unlimited rides at the Midway. You get to see all the animal displays, all the animal shows, and there's free parking. So we think it's a really good bargain.
Well, the Wild Blueberry Queen and Princess will also both be crowned on July 28th. There will, of course, be iconic fair food as well.
What's your favorite food to eat at the fair?
Cotton candy and popcorn.
Indeed. Well, the Union Fair will be open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And for more information on Maine agricultural fairs, you can visit maine.gov.
I really love fair season. There's just something about it. The food, the atmosphere, getting to see the animals. It's just all amazing.
She said cotton candy and popcorn. What's yours?
Oh, man. I would say probably cotton candy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't had it in a while, but it just makes me feel like a kid every time I eat it.
I like fair fries every single time.
That's also great.
You're not a good fair unless you have good fries.
Yep, that's great.
All right, well, there is much more to come, including the full 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
It's pretty hot outside, folks. Another day where we're in the 80s. Get ready. It's going to get even hotter. How hot is it going to get? And are we going to break some record high temperatures? I'll have the answers coming up.
During Renewal by Andersen's 4th of July sale, get incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution, skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals. Our 4th of July sale is going on right now, but it won't last. Act now, because these incredible 4th of July savings on our exclusive composite fabrics material windows end soon. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now you can get 50% off a year of service and a free phone.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Really
huge deal.
Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
Awesome.
Echo.
Get 50% off a year of service and a free phone. US Cellular, built for us.
ABC 7, Fox 22, El Dorado Tattoos, and Graham's 5 and Dime want to send you to see Santana live in concert on his 1001 Rainbows Tour, Wednesday, August 2nd at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at El Dorado Tattoos, Bangor's traditional street shop, where walk-ins are always welcome, or Graham's 5 and Dime in Newport. Stop in to elevate your wellness today. Win tickets to see Santana August 2nd on the Bangor waterfront.
Give me my darn theme music. It's time.
Welcome back, my friends. Happy Tuesday. We are almost pretty close to the weekend. Our main weather today is brought to you by the Blue Alpaca. The Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. All right, folks, look at this. A really warm, mild start to the morning today. We were at around 70 degrees. Can you believe that? 70 degrees to start out the morning. We knew it was going to be a very hot day outside, not only here in Maine. Look at the South, Florida, of course, 90s, no surprise there. Look at this, triple digits in Texas, New Mexico. We're looking at Arizona, look at Phoenix, 117 degrees. They have been experiencing over 110 degrees for 25 consecutive days, and we are nowhere near done. So get ready. This crazy extreme heat will be sticking around for a long period of time. Look at Friday. We're looking at 90 degrees. Our average high this time of year is at around 81 degrees, near average on Saturday, and then slightly below average by Sunday and into beginning of next week. Still mid to upper 70s outside. We did see lots of sunshine out there today, but now we do have thick clouds in the area, mainly cloudy skies and some scattered showers and thunderstorms starting to move in. None of this looks severe at the moment. We'll keep an eye on this the next several days, but we do have a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms. I'd recommend definitely having an umbrella handy with you, especially overnight tonight into those early morning hours tomorrow, and then mainly clear on Wednesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms roll back in Wednesday night into the day on Thursday, picking up in intensity. Look at these stronger bands of rain in the northern part of the state, just north of Greenville. We're looking at Thursday afternoon into those evening hours. really picking up in intensity. And of course, with this rain, those thunderstorms in the area, those dew points will continue to rise up there, especially with those temperatures at around 90 degrees. Look at this, very humid. We're looking at the afternoon hours on Thursday. Not the day you want to spend outside. I'd recommend maybe a couple of minutes outside if you can, and then go indoors to an air conditioner. Dew points will be falling by Friday, but then rising again by Saturday morning into the afternoon hours. We got to wait till the overnight hours on Saturday into Sunday. Finally, that's when those dew points will be much, much lower, and it will feel a lot more comfortable outside. Wind speed-wise, though, we do have a light breeze, 13 miles an hour in town, 13 miles an hour as well in Bar Harbor. So wind gusts are closer to 20, but just up north, Millinocket area, Greenville, we're looking at pretty much nada, 0 mile per hour winds, so not looking too bad yet. Tonight, though, we will have some breezy conditions, southwest wind at around 10 to 20 miles an hour. Mild temperatures, mid-60s outside, couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, couple of drizzles possible. Temperatures, mid-80s once again. Our extended forecast outlook does show that heat sticking around into the weekend, and then by Sunday into beginning of next week, we will start to cool on off. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much. We just got to tough it out.
Yeah, just shocking to see 90, but, you know, that's
a lot of
par for the
people
course
seeing
this
a
time of
lot
year.
worse than 90, so I
Yep.
guess we should just count our blessings and sweat a little.
Indeed.
All
All right.
right.
Well, sports is coming right up. Stay with us.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
Looking for a great time in Bangor, Maine? Look no further than Benjamin's Pub and Tap Room. Delicious food, refreshing drinks, and unforgettable memories. Benjamin's Pub and Tap Room, your go-to spot in Bangor. Visit us at 123 Franklin Street, Bangor, and like us on Facebook.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects, science.
Name something that can make the earth move.
Heavy rain.
Hold on, it raining.
Health class.
Something you drop in the toilet and still use it afterward.
Toothbrush.
Nah, I'm not sticking that in my mouth. We're not doing teeth brushing today.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Ansley Moore, a realtor since 2013, working throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start with some basketball news. Free agency started 25 days ago, and finally, the Boston Celtics and All-NBA guard Jaylen Brown have agreed to a contract extension. Brown was eligible for a Supermax contract this offseason after being selected second-team All-NBA. The Supermax is $295 million, but Boston and Brown reached an agreement on the richest deal in NBA history so far, a 5-year extension to the tune of $304 million. The deal keeps the two-time All-Star in Boston through 2029. Now the Celtics have two All-NBA players under 28 years old under contract for the foreseeable future. He averaged 26.6 points per game while shooting 49% from the field last season. Both of those metrics are career highs. In Boston now, and move on to some hockey news. Quite the opposite going on with the Bruins here. Longtime center and Bruins captain Patrice Bergeron announcing on Tuesday his decision to hang up the skates. Bergeron helped Boston win a Stanley Cup back in 2011, and he has been with the team since the 2003 season, back when the Red Sox hadn't broken the curse yet. Bergeron is still a 6-time Selke Award winner. That's an NHL record, and he really embodied the spirit of Boston. Here are his comments regarding retirement. He says, quote, "For the last 20 years, I have been able to live my dream every day. I have had the honor of playing in front of the best fans in the world, wearing the Bruins uniform and representing my country at the highest levels of international play. I have given the game everything that I have physically and emotionally," end quote. He also had a lot more to say there. He'll have a press conference on Wednesday. Let's move to some football now. The CAA holding their annual media day on Tuesday morning. Our first chance to hear from Jordan Stevens and co. ahead of training camp. The Black Bears open up camp next Thursday, August 3rd. They'll have about 15 practices all open to the public ahead of the season. Their first official game is about a month from the start of camp at Florida International on September 2nd. Stevens was pleased with the way the team looked in the spring, but just as important is the culture and accountability that have improved the last few months.
Derek Robertson, Vince Thomas, our other captain is not with us, but Kevin Jones, amongst some other guys, have really taken ownership in this team. They've really increased the accountability within the team from top to bottom. And that's something you can hear, you can feel it, you can see it. Those are the signs that we're going in the right direction.
Maine was picked to finish 13th out of the 15 teams in the conference, but the team is nowhere near fazed by it. The goal of going all the way to the conference title has not changed, and the Black Bears want everyone to know that they are much more than what the polls say they are.
Our number one goal at the University of Maine is to win a championship, and we're going to go out every single game and compete, no matter what our ranking is.
What we're competing for is to be number one. That's what we're fighting for every day, and it'll give us a chip on our shoulder, because if you look at us and you think, oh, that's just a team, that they don't have it, they're not going to be, you think we're not going to be disciplined, I promise you're going to be wrong.
All right, let's stay on the football field now. Wishing them luck. Patriots beginning training camp on Wednesday, but the 2023 season officially began Tuesday with veterans reporting for the year. We're just over 45 days out from Week 1 against the Eagles on September 10th, but it's a long way to go until then. They have a few days of pad-free workouts, and then as Bill Belichick said Tuesday, the real training camp begins. As the Patriots normally do, they say they're taking it day by day, but everyone has a lot of work to do.
I think all of us to the man, don't worry about how it's going to shake down. Don't worry about what the outcome is going to be in the fall. You know, if we got whatever we got tomorrow, kickoff return, let's just focus on doing that well and have a good day tomorrow. And then, you know, from there, have a good meeting, get some sleep, come back, do it again.
I mean, we all got a lot of work to do. Players have they have things they got to work on, certainly coaches and everybody else in the organization, whether it's, trainers, video people, equipment. I mean, it's always, sharpening your skills and trying to find a better way, more efficient way to do things.
All right, looking forward for that season to get started. Let's go to the Diamond now for some Legion baseball. The Maine State Legion playoffs underway down in Augusta on Tuesday. Let's check out some highlights. The Old Town Orono Twins taking on Ware Butler, the top seed from the South. This might have been the game of the day. Twins down 2-0. Here's Mr. Maine Baseball, Jason Libby, nailing one deep to right field. That one's going to Waterville. A 3-run shot puts them up 3-2. Bottom 5 tied at 3. Ty Bernie in for Ware Butler, a base hit into left. Here's Garrett Card rounding third. Throw to the plate is off. They take a 4-3 lead. But then top 7, Libby again in a clutch spot. He skies it into shallow right. That's going to drop down for a hit. That brings home Gabe Gifford. We are tied at 4. It would go to extras and then a lightning delay. Stop the game in the 10th. Play resumes 10 a.m. Wednesday, tied 4-4. And in more baseball news, the Red Sox traded Kike Hernandez to the Dodgers for 2 minor league relief pitchers. And that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $249 a month or get 0% APR or $1,500 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Here at the Eddington store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meats? From hamburg to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington store, for more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
One epic night. Godsmack and Stained. Live. July 25th. Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Godsmack and Stained. It's been a while. On sale now. Buy tickets at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. I'm telling you, Godsmack and Stained. Live. It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty. Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe for $269 a month or get 0% APR or $1,500 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. It happens rarely, but everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, and finally tonight, robots are coming to the University of Maine Orono campus this fall. The Kiwi Bots are the latest project since UMaine Dining partnered with the food management service Sodexo this past July. These little robots are programmed with GPS systems that will allow them to deliver food all across campus, and they're also equipped with unique safety features such as 360-degree camera lenses.
The KiwiBot team is mapping the whole campus, and after the mapping is finished, each robot will have destinations that they know they can travel and for pickup and drop-off spots. Everyone will be able to buy a subscription to the KiwiBots, so it's not just tied to your meal plan. So our staff, our employees, everyone will be able to use the KiwiBots if they desire.
The bots are stationed at many campuses across the country, and representatives from UMaine say they are equipped to even handle the Maine weather. And they say anyone who hopes to be able to use them should download the Everyday app. According to the university, they plan to be fully operational starting at the end of August. More information will become available on our website, foxbangor.com. Definitely some really interesting innovation there. It's kind of cute, kind of looks like Wall-E.
I'll be interested to see how that pans out, when those bots encounter their first Maine snowfall, how they continue to function. So I think it'll be interesting.
It really will be.
All right, folks, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at Fox 22, take care and good night.
Good night, everyone.